The Kansas City Chiefs have made a signing, although it's not one that you would expect, as they signed former Welsh rugby star Louis Rees-Zammit, and there is a lot to talk about here on if he is potentially going to be a part of the Chiefs in 2020, and what does this signing even mean? We'll have the latest for you all right here on the Chiefs Report, but if you wanted to know this earlier, well, guess what? You could have, because if you followed me on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at @JaceAndrews_, I had tweets going out all last evening with shorts, with videos, with pretty much everything you could want to know about this guy. I had it. So give me a follow on X/Twitter at @JaceAndrews_. I also put some stuff out on Instagram, so at @JaceAndrews_15 there. Yes, I stole Patrick Mahomes' number. I like it. What can I say? Go follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. And for now, let's get into the show. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Jace Andrews, and well, the report came officially from Jordan Schultz last evening at 6:43 p.m. Rugby star Louis Rees-Zammit will be signing with the Chiefs on Friday, per sources. After working out and impressing Kansas City staff earlier this week, they have agreed on terms. I'm told Rees-Zammit will be playing running back and wide receiver. Kind of an update. He has officially agreed to the deal. The signing will be made, obviously, tomorrow. But funny enough, we actually talked about this guy a couple days ago. I mean, there was mentions and talk of him working out with the Kansas City Chiefs, and if you follow the Chiefs Report, you're a loyal viewer, you know this guy. You've heard his name before because we had this tweet just a couple days back from Ian Rappaport saying, "This is a fun one. Welsh rugby star Louis Rees-Zammit, one of the more high-profile international names in the International Player Pathway Program, is visiting the Broncos today and the Chiefs tomorrow." Source said he spent last week with the Browns and the Jets, and we had it right here first on the Chiefs Report. So if you're not subscribed, don't know what you're doing, because we've been getting reports out literally daily basis. Now, what does this mean? Who is this guy? How does this all work? Well, let's first start with the basis of this. He is part of the NFL's International Player Pathway Program. Now, that's shortened down to IPP, and that's what most people call it. He is obviously from Wales, playing with Welsh, not only in the English Premiership, but also in the Welsh national team, playing at time to time from there. The reason I think Brett Veach made this signing is he is really speedy, and we know how much the Chiefs in general value speed, but just as a whole, this entire team has loved to see speed from a lot of different players. You talk about Tyreek Hill, Kadarius Toney from time to time had speed. Justin Ross is somewhat speedy. Rashee Rice, he's speedy. I mean, they love to have their speedy guys. And well, this guy certainly fits the mold. You talk about his stats. His 100-meter time, which was tested at the Olympic level, or at least Olympic time-wise, 10.44. Pretty good. 40-yard dash of 4.43. And then shout out to Sam for getting the rugby logo there. Rugby top speed, 24 miles per hour. This guy can absolutely fly. I know that this speed may not translate to the NFL, and if you were following me on Twitter and saw some of the clips that he posted, I got to share with you as well. You know that obviously he looks a little bit stiff right now in football pads, but with time, he's going to get used to it. And Brett Veach is very, very excited about him, along with Andy Reid. So this could become something. Now, once again, Rees-Zammit was trying out for 3 different positions with all 4 of the teams that he actually visited with. Obviously, though, you're not going to sign all 3 positions, and, well, they kind of all fit in some ways. He tried out for wide receiver, running back, and kick returner. The Chiefs have labeled him as a wide receiver/running back. Also means he can be a kick returner, though. I say this, though, to say that I know that on the roster is going to be listed as wide receiver/running back, one of the two. I would probably guess running back just because that makes more sense to me with the way rugby is played. But the thing that I'm excited about for him is the new kickoff format in the NFL, because it's somewhat similar to a rugby style, as he's going to catch the ball, and then that's when everybody else moves, which is similar to the way rugby is played, if you're familiar with it at all, as you kind of just run through a giant field, and that's kind of what it becomes in the new kickoff format. So I'm kind of really excited, and this may be the perfect timing to sign a rugby player for the NFL. Do you like this signing of Louis Rees-Zammit? Let me know down in the comments section. Obviously, you have some details on him now, so you can kind of be informed. Type Y for yes or type N for no. I'm curious to see what Chiefs Kingdom thinks about the signing of Zammit. What's next? Obviously, Rees-Zammit is now officially on the 90-man roster, but does that mean he will make the team? Is he going to be here in August? Will he stay with the Chiefs? If he's not on the team in August, is he going to make the practice squad? What's going to happen? If I had to bet, he will be on some form of roster because, well, I'll let ESPN do describing because they can say it better than I can. This season marks the first time that each team will have a 17th roster spot on the practice squad specifically available for an international player. Teams also are permitted to elevate an international practice squad player to the active roster a maximum of 3 times throughout the season. So that opens up the possibilities of potentially having these international pathway program players on a roster. Now, how successful has this been in the past? Well, since the program began, there have been 37 players that have signed, obviously now making it 38 with Louis Rees-Zammit. 18 have made it to the rosters, and 5 have been on active rosters. Well, I think he has a really, really good shot of making the active roster, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. But before that, got to tell you about one of our amazing sponsors, Game Time. The MLB started today. I got opening day on all the screens in my office, but heck, you can also go check out the game and get $20 off your first purchase by using code CHATSPORTS. You shouldn't have to worry about buying your tickets to your next big event. And Game Time is the fast and easy way, not only to buy tickets to sporting events, but they've got comedy, they've got theater events, they've got pretty much every type of event in your area. Concerts, they got you covered. Now, obviously, there is the Royals going on right now for opening day, but you can't make this game, obviously, it's already happening. You could still go check it on Game Time. They have tickets literally an hour into the game, so if you're close to the area, go check it out. But otherwise, they play on Saturday. You can get $20 off your first purchase, and they have last-minute ticket deals. They've got flash deals and zone deals. I'm telling you, they're easy to find and buy tickets for every kind of event in your area, not just sports. See the view from your seat before you buy so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive. Plus, Game Time has deals on tickets, like I mentioned, right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's the best place to find last-minute seats. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and then use that code down there, right there, Chat Sports, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Once again, create an account and use code CHATSPORTS, Chat Sports, no spaces, for $20 off your first purchase. Let's talk about a success story from the NFL's International Player Pathway Program. Jordan Mailata of the Philadelphia Eagles is the most notable player to come out of the program and has shown really, really great success. The former Australian native, he came on and has been a really great offensive lineman in Philadelphia with a PFF ranking of 83 or above on every single statistic, including an overall one and of 84.1. Just 3 sacks allowed last year, 8 penalties. I mean, this is showing you there is a way where these guys can come out of this and play very, very good. Now, do I see Louis Rees-Zammit becoming one of these players that is a success story? I kind of think so. He fits in with a lot of different things that the Chiefs need. Running back-wise, guess what? The only one that I really trust is Isaiah Pacheco. Deneric Prince is great. I think that P. Ryan's also good, but I'm willing to take a risk here on a guy who literally, when I watched his rugby highlights, dude was flying around what would be, I'm going to call him tacklers. I don't know if that's the right word in rugby, but either way, I mean, this guy is mobile. He's agile. I really do like what I've seen from him in the few clips that I've gotten to see, and he's been training at football for the past couple months now. He's going to become more fluid and more smooth with every single down and snap and practice he's in, so that's all I got to say. All right, let's talk about Derek Nottie real quick because we got the official negotiations of his contract and the agreement fully agreed upon now, as it is going to be a 1-year, $1.13 million base salary. It's worth up to $2 million, though, as he's going to get an extra paycheck for every single game he appears in. And in theory, if he plays the same amount of games he did last year, it's going to be right around $2 million, which is pretty good. Derek Nottie, honestly, some people thought it'd be more than maybe he was expecting. I think it's right on brand. I think he's deserving of a $1.13, $2 million contract, which is around where it's going to be whatever he plays. So I think it's fully deserving. Now, how does this kind of encapsulate the Chiefs, and what's their cap space looking like now? Well, currently they have about $25.7 million left in cap space after the signings. The 2024 draft class should cost them around $8 million-ish. Obviously, if trades are made, things can happen. It could be a little more expensive, but just kind of quick maths and basic here. They're going to have around $17 million to spend. Obviously, could they sign a quarterback? Because I know that there's some issues with wanting to have depth at that position. Joshua Williams and Jalen Watson, as much as I like them, they have not been starters in the NFL over the past 2 years. And so is there someone that they could go out and get and maybe, just maybe, have as an extra depth piece? The 5 top guys that I could see the Chiefs signing go as followed here. Xavien Howard is the one that I would really like. I think he is the best fit for the job, if you ask me. He's more of a veteran presence, and just 4 years ago, he was, in my opinion, the top cornerback in all of the NFL. Stephon Gilmore had a resurgence of his career. Adoree Jackson played pretty decent this past year in New York. Steven Nelson and J.C. Jackson could also be really, really good options. Let's first talk about Stephon Gilmore, though, because I think he is a very likely option that we haven't gone fully in depth with here. 68 tackles last year, 13 pass breakups, and 2 interceptions, along with 1 forced fumble. Listen, Gilmore really revitalized his career with the Panthers and Colts before heading to Dallas this past year. I think he fits in well with the Chiefs team. We've talked about the times that the Chiefs have kind of taken risks on some older players, and it's worked out. Stephon Gilmore is similar to that type. Another guy that I think is under the radar, J.C. Jackson, because this guy's story just doesn't make sense to me. He was really, 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 really good in 2020 and 2021 with the Patriots. Signed with the Chargers in 2022, fell off a cliff. Like, I truly do not know what happened. Obviously, had injury problems and all that, and just off-the-field issues and just kind of a lot of things that got in the way. But besides the fact, even when he was on the field, it wasn't good. Of course, this past year, played with both the Chargers and the Patriots, and was better. It wasn't great, but again, you're not looking for anything crazy here. It's not something that you're going out and saying, I need a top cornerback. I need somebody that is going to be an everyday starter. That's not what you're looking for. You have your everyday starters. You just want somebody to provide some extra value and maybe a little bit of a veteran presence. Because although I love Trent McDuffie, Joshua Williams, and Jalen Watson, those guys are all in their 3rd year in the NFL. Nazeed Johnson is young too. None of these guys are anywhere close to being a veteran presence. And I think that's one thing that L'Jarius Sneed did bring. He had been in the league for a little bit more time than these guys. And although it wasn't too many more years than them, it's something to kind of provide experience and value in teaching. Well, let's see if they do anything. But I want to ask you the question of, what would you do? Say you're a GM of the Chiefs. You're Brett Veach. Are you signing a cornerback? Or are you saying, we're good, no way? Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson, I got it covered. Type S for sign if you're signing a quarterback. Type P for pass. Let me know down in the comment section what you're doing here if you're Brett Veach. Are you signing a quarterback? Type S. Are you passing? Type P. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, because we have a lot of amazing content going on here at the Chiefs Report. Obviously, Louis Rees-Zammit is a fun story, and I'm happy we get to cover him because, listen, as a back-to-back Super Bowl champion, sometimes off seasons are boring. This one, certainly not so. And if you want to know why, well, Marquise Brown. The draft is looking fun. There's a lot of awesome things, and I hope you join us for it. So hit that subscribe button. As always, see it flashing down there on the bottom of your screen, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. That's all we got for you today. We appreciate you. Peace out, Chiefs Kingdom.